welcome to another episode of Talking to Myself. I'm your host, Jake Letizia, and this is the podcast where I look into a camera and I talk to myself. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself. I'm doing okay. I'm pretty fucking dumb, dude. I just almost spilt this giant fucking thermos of water. Almost just spilt it all over my desk right as I was starting the podcast. And not only did that almost happen, but also I put my contacts on for the podcast because I don't like to wear my glasses during it. And I hadn't worn my contacts all day, and I start putting my contacts on, and in my brain, I was taking them off. So I started scratching at my left eye because I was like, oh, I didn't take out my left contact yet. Then I look at my contacts after scratching my blank eye for like a minute, fully being like, what the fuck, why can't I grip this thing? And then all of a sudden my dumb brain accessed my barely smart brain and was like, bro, maybe it's not there. And I looked at my contact container and I see, oh, I took out the left one already. The right one's still in. So then I take out the right one, and then I look down and I look up at the camera. I look down at the contacts and then back up at the camera and go, oh, I'm doing the podcast. I'm putting them in, not taking them out. And then I popped them both back in my eyes and I went, hey man, could I be any more fucking dumb, dude? Could I feel any more fucking stupid right before I'm gonna talk for an hour about my feelings? A great start, dude. All the confidence in the world in my ideas right before I start. Anyway, I just got back from Arizona. That's basically it. My brother got married. My oldest brother finally got married. He's been engaged for fucking 4 years, I think it is. It was supposed to be a 2-year engagement, and it got pushed off 2 more years because of COVID. April 2020, he was supposed to get married, and there's been 2 years of pushback from the venue, from them, from the world. The universe was telling my brother and sister, now sister, not fucking by blood, dude. That would be incest, which is legal if it's consensual. But incest is 100% legal as long as it's consensual. You can fuck your sister as long as you can fuck your brother or sister as long as you're both like, this is a good idea. That's the law. Look it up. It's not the law. Don't fuck your siblings. No, by law, she is my sister now, but the being engaged and having your marriage set for 2020, everyone in the 2020 slot for their wedding was being challenged by the universe of like, break up, you won't. Get married, you won't. Break up, you won't. It was if God exists, he was like, yo, I'm gonna place all these couples in this time period because this is gonna be fucking hilarious. And God was laughing. If he exists, he or she, whoever the fuck, if they exist in the sky and they're looking down at my brother and my now sister-in-law, he definitely was like, this is gonna be fucking funny because these two are gonna either rip each other's heads off or fall in love forever. And luckily, they fell in love forever. Luckily, they found out that even though my brother's crunching fucking ice 24/7 when they both work from home, she can manage it. They learned that the sound of ice splitting in half and crunching into little tiny pieces over the course of 7 hours every day was not enough to shatter their relationship. The ice may be shattered, but their relationship is still intact, dude. Anyway, we went to Arizona for them. That's cool. We stayed in a casino, which was fine. The hotel was nice. The hotel in the casino was nice, but I don't gamble. So when you don't gamble, you're just confronted with the dismal, destructive thing that is gambling. And a casino is a fucked up hole of a place. It's a giant sinkhole with slot machines in it. People go there to not just waste their money, but they're wasting their time. That's the real fucking thing. Is that when you go to a casino, you're wasting money and time. You're spending time wasting your money, which is also wasting, you know what I'm saying? Money is time. I feel like people don't think of it enough like that. Every time you do something, all money is earned through time. You might be everyone's doing a different task or they're doing a different service to get their money, but everyone is spending the same thing, and that's their fucking life on getting enough money so that they can choose the little bits of their life to enjoy a little bit better. That's what we're doing. We're giving up a shit ton of our soul so that we might make enough money to have a little bit of that time back. That's it. That's all of human existence. At least in the modern time. That's what we've set up for ourselves. And so when you look at a casino, it's this weird fucking snake eating its own tail thing where it's like, I'm going to gamble my time. I'm going to gamble my money, which is my time, to try and get more money faster. But most likely what's going to happen is I'm either not going to make any money to make a difference, or I'm going to lose all of my money and sink so deep and darkly into a hole that I may never recover. I might lose all of my time so instantaneously that I'll be dead tomorrow. I don't get it. I like to always stay even, and that's by not ever gambling. What's that Ender's Game? The only way to win is not to play. That's how I feel about gambling. The only way to make money is to never, ever, ever put it on the craps table. But it doesn't matter. I don't know. I watched people gamble. Also, it was fine. It was a fun wedding. The ceremony was very nice. It was very wonderful to see my brother get married to his wife, who is an amazing person. That was nice, but the casino aspect of it was a lot of just like me standing in back of people, drinking a beer, and then people being like, do you want to go to a bar? And I'm like, sure. And then the people who are gambling are like, I'm kind of tired, I'm going to head in. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you're kind of tired. Yeah, I know you're going to head in. You lost $500. I would head in too. I might permanently go to sleep if I lose a certain amount of money on the blackjack table. Maybe that's why I don't do it either. I already have suicidal thoughts. If I lost $1,000 in 13 minutes, the suicidal thoughts would expand larger in my brain, you know? My money would lessen, but my fucking depression would maximize. Anyway, it was a fun trip. It started off weird. It started off just, I don't know. It was nice to have a vacation, to get away. I haven't fucking been anywhere besides the city for months and months and months. Honestly, maybe for fucking years. I don't remember the last time I was outside the city. It might have been pre-COVID. Well, I mean, outside of New York. It might have been pre-COVID the last time I was outside of New York. So it's been a long... It might be flat out 2 years since I've fucking got out of this goddamn state. That's insane. So it was nice to finally be out of the state, somewhere else. Something that felt like, you know, I took a couple days off work. Something that felt like a vacation. But at the same time, I don't know. You know what it was? It was just it was a bunch of good and bad reminders that I'm getting older. The good ones were my brother got married. That's a very happy moment. I was very happy for him. It made me feel hopeful about my own life, about their life. It just made me feel full of hope and full of love when I saw them get married. Because they really love each other. They fully fucking are in love in a way that is undeniable and that you see immediately. They crack each other up. You see couples who never laugh when they're in each other's presence. They never fucking smile. And that's bad. My brother and his wife, they smile all the time. Even when when they're bickering, it's a funny fucking argument. It's a stupid fucking argument. I once watched them argue. I was once in the middle. I've been in the middle of many of their arguments. I used to live with them. But one of their arguments was, my brother was saying, or my sister-in-law was saying how she wasn't, dude, that feels good. It feels good to say my sister-in-law and it finally be actually true. I've been saying it for fucking years now, and finally it's actually, I stopped saying my future sister-in-law because it got too annoying to say, and then I would say my sister-in-law, but in the back of my head I'd always be like, well, not yet, and now I can finally say it, and it's fucking true. She's fully my sister-in-law, my sister. That feels nice to say, especially because it's a person who is fucking a cool person. God damn. Thank God my brother didn't pick a piece of shit. You know? Because you could tell your brother, hey, you picked a piece of shit, but at the end of the day, it's his piece of shit to pick. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, your sibling picks who they will. Your brother, your sister. If your sister picks a bad dude, you gotta go, he's a piece of shit bad guy and I hate him and you should not marry him. But then if she's like, yeah, but I love him and I'm going to, you gotta go, okay, I'll see you there. Friends, though, you don't need to do it. That's something I've decided. Your friends, for me, if a friend tells me, well, also, I don't know. Thankfully, I've never been in the position where my brother is telling me over and over again he wants to break up with his girlfriend, and then I'm going, well, you should. You're giving a lot of good reasons to do it rather than to stay with her. You should break up with her. And then he doesn't and instead gets married. I've never had that experience. Thank God. I don't know what I would do. But I do know that if I have a friend who nonstop will talk about how much he fucking hates his girlfriend and doesn't want to be with her and wants to break up with her, and I very measuredly give advice of like, yeah, it sounds like you should not be with this person. If they ever get engaged or they ever are going to get married, I don't think I'm going to go. I don't think I'm going to show up because I don't want to watch two people who don't fucking like each other sign a contract to be with each other forever. I don't want to do that, dude. I don't want to do that. I don't want to see someone sign themselves into a life of fucking misery. No. And some people would say any marriage is misery. Sure. But that's a whole different kind. Get out. You don't have kids? Break up with your fucking significant other. What are you doing, dude? What's holding you there? Okay? Well, we live in the same place. Move out, dude. Move the fuck out. Save some money up. And think about how much you hate them and let that be your motivation to save enough money up to be like, hey, I'm leaving this place. Bye-bye. Fuck the lease. Forget the lease. Just save enough money up to pay rent and live in two places at once. Get away from this person. That's a better option than deciding to be with them forever. I hate this person, so you know what I'm going to do? Never leave. What the fuck are you talking about? It bothers me. But thank God that's not the case with my brother. And his lovely fiance, my sister-in-law, my sister. Anyway, my brother and sister were arguing. And they were arguing about who's more cultured. And my sister-in-law was saying that she's more cultured because she reads books, and my brother was saying, well, I watch more movies than you and I watch more things than you, so that makes me more cultured because it's a bigger variety of things. And she was like, yeah, but I read books, so I'm more cultured. And I'm listening to this argument going, you guys are both fucking stupid. And they're not. They're smart people, but they've been together long enough where that's an argument they're having. And so I would say, hey, you guys have been, I would literally look at both of them and go, hey, you guys have been dating a while, huh? And they would laugh. And that's how you know they should be together. Because when I said that, they laughed. If I said that and they went, no, like this is a real argument, then I would go break up right now. But they both fucking laughed. And also that's their argument. If that's your argument, you're doing pretty good. If you're arguing about who's more cultured because one of you reads books and one of you watches movies, you're in good shape for marriage. If that's your most heated debate, you like each other a shit ton. You know? But anyway, so I was happy to see them get married because they're in love. That's a thing about growing up that felt good. Was I'm old enough now where my brother is getting married and he made the right decision. That feels great. But I'm also getting old enough now where my parents and my aunts and uncles, they're gone, dude. And I've talked about this before, but it really, because I was spending fucking so much time with all of them this weekend that I just got so many examples thrown in my face that I was like, you guys are fucking, it's over, dude. It's over, and you're not even that old yet. And so it makes you go, damn, dude, it's over for me at 68. At 68, I'm fucked. So then I'm like, I only got like 30 years left. Right? I think 60 is the cap off. I think 60, you start counting down to your brain being gone completely. I think once you're 70, unless you're a Larry David who takes care of their body and eats well, your brain's fucking mush. And guess what? I'm no Larry David. I'm no Larry fucking David, dude. I ate Taco Bell today and then the day before yesterday. Okay? Every other day, I'm putting nacho fries in my stomach. I'm not Larry David, dude. My brain is already on its way to be a full puddle. My brain is already on its way to be a heavy puddle in the middle of my skull when I'm 62, okay? Or 58, who knows? If I don't stop drinking, could be 47. I already feel myself forgetting shit and not caring that much, and that's disturbing. I used to be very worried about forgetting any little detail, and now I'm at the age where I start forgetting little details, and I'm like, whatever, dude. What am I going to eat later? It's not good. But what I'm saying is, my parents are gone, dude. This whole trip, the trip started with me walking to the airport, and my parents were like they didn't go into security yet. My brother and his fiance already did. Not my brother who got married, my other brother and his fiance. They're both fucking, one's married, one's got a fiance. I'm looking for the wedding money without the bride. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to wait long enough where the wedding gift just is given to me out of pity. You know what I'm saying? And I'm close, dude. I'm so close. This fucking got me real close to getting a wedding present out of sheer sadness. Apparently there was a conversation that was had that I was not there for, that my brother heard, I guess. My brother's not married yet. Because my brother got a gift for his wedding from my dad. And then my other brother wanted to know how much it was. And I wasn't even fucking thinking about it. But my dad goes, he says to my brother who got married, don't tell them how much money it is. I don't want them to know. And then I said to him, why would you say that? And he goes, what? What do you mean? Well, your other brother was asking about how much it is. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't give a shit at all until you just said that. And he goes, don't worry, it's not that much. And I was like, what is not that much, dude? Because if it's over $3,000, I'll fake a wedding. If it's 10 grand, I'll talk to somebody and be like, hey, you want to make 5 grand? Let's fucking get married tomorrow, dude. What's not that much money, dude? If it's $100, I won't do it. Any amount larger than that, I'll fake a wedding for. Fuck it. I don't know how long I'm going to live. I'm trying to maximize as much money as I can get, dude. Anyway, the trip started with me walking with my going and seeing my parents. The security, my other brother's already through. And I was like, you guys didn't have to wait for me at security. Like, no, we wanted to. So we start going through, and my mom has my grandma in the wheelchair. It's me, my dad, my mom, and my grandma in a wheelchair being pushed by my mom. And we walk up to security, and immediately my mom's confused on where the line is. And she says to some woman, oh, is this, we're like, 'cause she's going the wrong way. And she goes, oh, is this the line? We're like, where's the line for is it all one line, or is there a line for my grandma, my mom, since she's in a wheelchair? And they're like, it's all the same line. And I immediately am like, I'm going ahead. Because I don't want to be involved with my mom's dumb questions. Okay? I love her. I love my mom so much. I love my mom more than words can describe. But I can't be associated with her. I can't. Okay? I cannot be associated with her. Can't do it, dude. I will boil with anger and want to lash out. So I go ahead of her. I go through the line. We make it through security. I'm waiting for them. Then they come out of security. And then we start walking. And my mom's like, where do we go? Do you know where to go? And I go, I know where to go. It's this way. And we start walking. And my mom's like, and every time we have to make a turn, my mom's like, wait, which way? And I go, this way. Turn right, turn left. And I say to her, I go, oh, this is funny. I'm guiding you around. And she laughed, and she goes, oh, yeah. I go, yeah, full circle. And she goes, oh, yeah. You know, she laughed in the way that, like, a mom laughs harder at something you say, even though it's not funny at all. Like, me saying full circle is, like, mildly funny. It's, like, a good observation. Not even a good observation. It's an obvious observation. But because it pertains to her and I'm her kid and she hasn't seen me in like months, she's just like, oh, yeah, it's so fun. Oh, my God, it's so funny. Yeah, full circle. I barely know what it means, but yeah. Angela, did you hear that? That's what she did. I said, oh, full circle. And she goes, Ernst, did you hear it? Did you hear that? Full circle. It's full circle because we used to be leading him around. And my dad's like, oh, yeah. And he's barely listening because he's just like, where's the fucking I need coffee. I need coffee. I need a black and white cookie or a fucking scone. And then I need to be on the plane. And then we need to land. And I need to be in the hotel. But we got to check in. But we got to get the rental car first. That's my dad's brain on a trip. Which is why we don't go on trips. Because even though we're older now, and they don't have to worry about us, they still do. So it's another worry on top of the 9,000 worries in my dad's brain that don't need to be worried about. They were freaking the fuck out about making it to dinner on time in Arizona. And it's like, bro, if we don't make it to dinner on time, we don't make it to dinner on time. Who gives a fuck? Okay? If your future daughter-in-law's parents are going to be that upset that we're a little bit late to dinner because we just flew in, then fuck them, you know? And they wouldn't have been. And they're nice people. We met them and they're very nice. And they wouldn't have given a shit. We're like 10 minutes late. But just the fact that it might happen, my dad, oh, fuck, yeah. And my mom was like, we need to find out where. Anyway. But I'm walking and I'm leading us in the right direction. My mom sees that I'm leading her in the right direction. And yet she still, when we have to hit an elevator, because my grandma's in a wheelchair, I'm like, there's the elevator, and we go over to it, and then my mom stops and goes, is this the elevator? To some random person working, and the woman goes, yeah. And I go, I just said that, Mom. And that was the entire trip, was me saying things, and then my mom asking somebody, and then them going, yeah, what he said already. And it got to the point where I just didn't say it. I said it once, and if they didn't acknowledge it, I just went, well, let's waste some fucking time. And it's also funny because they're so worried about being on time and not losing any time. And if they listened to me, we would save a half an hour. But they can't because they're old and their brain is dead, dude. They can't because it's over for their mind. A great example. I was going to take an Uber to In-N-Out because In-N-Out's on the West Coast. I thought it was just LA, but it's on the West Coast. And I don't think In-N-Out is amazing, but it's good enough where if I'm on the West Coast, I want to get it. You know, I like an exclusive item. I like to get something in the place where you can't usually get it. You know what I'm saying? If I lived on the West Coast and I went to New York, I would want Shake Shack. That's how it is. So I'm going to In-N-Out with my mom, and I was going to get an Uber, but it just so happened that no one was doing anything that day, and I ran to my mom on the way to the elevator. I said, oh, you know what, you want to just take me? And she said, oh, sure, that'd be fun. And it was nice, and it ended up being nice. But before we got there, we're going, and she goes, can you navigate for me? And I'm like, all right, I'll do it, even though in the airport, I led us the right way, but you had to question every single one. You had to ask another person every single time. So I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know if you're going to call my dad up and verify every turn with him, even though he doesn't know. I don't know. But if you want me to navigate, sure. But there's no backup. There's no backup person to tell you what I already said. Anyway, so I'm telling her, you're going to have to turn right up here. And she goes, oh, I don't think it's here. I think it's like at the next light. I think it's like after the bridge. I go, no, it's before the bridge. You're going to have to turn right. And she starts going into the left lane. And I was like, she goes, no, I don't think you can. You can't turn right here. I go, no, you can turn right here. Like, you can turn right here and you have to turn right here. And she goes, I don't think you can. I think it's under the bridge. And then I see that she's going into the left lane and it says no left turn. And then I realize that she just thinks I'm saying left. And I go, you're supposed to go right here. You're supposed to go right, not left. And she goes, oh, sorry. And then she goes over and she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Well, dad went this way before, so I thought I wasn't supposed to. And I was like, what do you mean? I was telling you to go right. And she goes, yeah, but I thought you said left. I go, but I said right. She goes, no, I heard you say right too, but I thought left. What? Dude, what? Dude, what the fuck? What, dude? What? I heard you say right, but I heard left. Anyway, that's the end of the first part. I'll see you guys in a second. What's up? I'm back. So, yeah. So, I heard you say turn right, but I thought I heard turn... I heard you say turn right, but I thought turn left. So that's what I'm dealing with, dude. And when you hear your mom say something like that to you, you're just like, it's over, man. It's over, and it's very upsetting, but it is what it is. And every time I see her, I go, it's over, dude. You're just coasting. And she laughs, thank God, because she's a good person and she's aware of her mortality. But at the same time, it's fucking upsetting, dude. My dad, too. Same thing. We're dropping off the car to get on the plane to go back home. And he's fucking... And a whole line of cars park behind us. Well, first of all, we're going in. And we're going into... where the rental area, and it says you can't go in there, and they start getting really confused. And then I say, there's probably a separate area where you return them. There's probably a pickup and a return. And then we leave the pickup area, and no one listens to that. And then my dad goes, oh, return area. And I go, yeah, I just said that. And then we go, and then this person's ushering us into a line of cars to drop off the vehicle. And everyone behind us and in front of us stops the vehicle, gets out, puts their keys in the vehicle, closes the door, and goes inside. And at first I go, what are we supposed to do? But then when I start seeing every single person do that, I go to my dad, I think we just leave it here. And he hasn't really listened to me. He just starts walking around looking for instructions. He goes up to a customer service booth where no one's in it. Rather than listen to me, tell him what's happening. And then I start saying to everyone else I'm with, yeah, I think we just leave it here. With the keys in. And then my brother notices a sign that says, leave the car here with your keys in it. And then I say that to my dad, and my dad goes, oh, well, let me still ask. And then he's trying to ask the woman who's lining up all the cars, but she's like fucking 30 feet away. So then he's debating. He's like, should I walk 30 feet away to learn something I already fucking know? And then he ends up deciding not to do it. And then he sees the sign for himself. And then he goes, oh, you just leave the keys in and leave it here. And I'm like, yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, dude. I know that. I know that because I said it. Anyway, I love my parents. I do. I love them. They're good people. I love them. They're good people. I love them. They're good people. But it's frustrating, dude. I'm just at that age. You just get, the older you get, the more frustrating your parents get. And then if you have kids, you'll frustrate the fuck out of them eventually. They'll be idiots to you. They'll be dumb fucking little kids that annoy the shit out of you. And then at a certain point, it'll transfer over. And then you'll be the old dumb fuck that will irritate them. That's life, dude. That's just what it is. And here's the thing, my parents, they're pretty good. They're good, dude. They're actually pretty good. Okay? They at least recognize their family members. Dude, my uncle arrives to Arizona. He comes to the casino. He walks up. We're right in the front. Me, my brother, not the one getting married. The one who's also has a fiance with us, but they're not the ones getting married. And they both look completely different than my brother and my sister-in-law who are getting married. Ceremony hasn't happened yet. It's the day before. My uncle and aunt just showed up, and my uncle sees me at the front. And first of all, they walk up, and my aunt goes over to my brother's fiance and says, and immediately looks at me and goes, oh, and I go, nope, his. So already wrong, already incorrect. And then my uncle comes up to me, and my brother who got married, his name's Angelooch. So my uncle comes up to me, and he goes, Angelooch, congrats. And he hugs me. Full confidence. Not a single thought in his brain was, this could be wrong. He did not think for a second that it could be wrong in any way. He was like, I'm killing this. Hey, Angelooch, congrats. Not even hey, Angelooch. So confident it's my brother that he just says the name, and not even his name with flavor on it, with Guinea on it, with a little bit of Italian wop on it. Angelooch, congrats. Hugs me. And as soon as he pulls away from the hug, I'm smiling and I go, I'm Jake. Immediately hit him with, I'm Jake. And not even in a shitty way, with a smile, in a polite way, I'm Jake. I'm the other kid. And not only am I the other kid, but I'm the furthest one from getting married. Like, my other brother's engaged. If he thought my other brother was the one, I would understand it more. But the fact that I don't know why he thought it was me. And then his excuse was when I go, I'm Jake, he goes, oh, you got the beard, you a couple inches taller, Anyway, how's it going? How's the casino? Casino's pretty nice. We're waiting for our room. Have you gambled at all? Moves on from it immediately. Doesn't even register that the mistake happened. Or he does, he clocks it, and then he's like, yeah, but who gives a fuck? And he's right, to be honest. To be honest, who gives a fuck? I barely cared. If anything, I thought it was funny. But at the same time, I was like, bro, your excuse for mistaking us, like, I've been taller than my brother for fucking since the day we were born. Like, it's not, since I was 18 and he was 23, I've been taller than him. As soon as I hit my growth spurt, he was fucked height-wise. So, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? And then my aunt, bro. My aunt. Oh, my God. During the wedding, dude, my aunt's behind me. Right? And my brother's talking kind of low because he doesn't like, he's not the most, he doesn't love being genuine. You know what I'm saying? He likes to play it close to the vest. He's not often being sincere. And so he's saying his vows a little bit low because they are sincere. Because he's telling his wife how much he loves her. And it's very sweet. It's very nice. And I'm really listening to it. And I'm like, damn, my brother's finally being really sincere. He's actually doing it. He's actually doing what his wife wanted him to do. Like, he's making this moment great for her. And I feel great. And he's even tearing up a little bit. And you really are like, wow, this is really special and a great moment. And then right behind me, I start hearing, I can't hear him. I can't hear him. Can't hear him. And I'm trying not to turn around and be like, well, maybe if you shut the fuck up, you would hear him. But I hear the voice and I know it's my aunt and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Because also when she's like, first of all, it's a little hard to hear him, but it definitely doesn't help when you're fucking saying over and over again, I can't hear him. Also, it's over, dude. If you can't hear him, you're not gonna hear it. You're just not. They didn't give him a mic. What are you gonna do? He's already in the middle of the vows. You're not going to hear it. What are you saying that for? Are you saying that expecting that someone will hear you? Expecting that I'll hear you and go, oh shit, you can't hear? Oh, Angelo, can you shut the fuck up for a second while I go tell them to get you on the PA system? No, dude, nothing's going to happen. You're just potentially distracting the fucking bride and groom from giving their vows. That's all. That's the only possible thing that could happen is that my brother and his wife end up hearing you and then you ruin their fucking moment. Or more than just me hear it and you start ruining everyone's time. So she says that and then she stops and I'm like, all right, maybe she'll stop. And then my sister-in-law starts tearing up. Or she looks like she might start tearing up. And then I hear my aunt go, she's going to cry. She's going to cry. And I'm like, what is this color commentary you're doing? Why are you doing this? And then my sister-in-law starts crying and she goes, she's crying. She's crying. And I'm like, yeah, dude. We know she's crying. You know how we know she's crying? Because we're watching the fucking wedding, dude. Because we can see the tears coming out of her face, dude. Why are you talking right now? Shut the fuck up, dude. There's only 30 of us here. They might hear you. Anyway, I'm getting mad. I think understandably so. And so she that's thank God that's all that happens, right? And also I'm in a weird position because I can't do anything. I can't turn around and say something because then I'm gonna ruin the moment. So I'm just praying that no one heard. And then the moment the ceremony ends, my aunt gets up and she says to my dad, she goes, beautiful ceremony, amazing ceremony. Oh my God, it was so lovely. It was so beautiful. No, it wasn't, dude. I mean, it was, but it was until you fucking kept talking and complaining about the very ceremony that you're saying was tight as fuck. Come on, dude. Come the fuck on. Oh my God, it made me so mad. Rightfully so, I think, dude. It's my brother's wedding. I don't, And thankfully, no one heard her. Believe me, I asked everybody. Nobody heard her. It was just me. To the point where I was like, was I making this up in my brain? Did this not even really happen? Did I just want a funny moment and I just fucking conjured it in my brain? Was I just fucking lightheaded and going, oh, this is actually happening? No, it happened, but it was... It fucking bothered me. I think everyone else was just so zoned in. And also... no one can hear my fucking family, apparently. My mom is deaf. My dad is deaf. My brother's going... everyone's fucking... Everyone, my brother's got that ringing in his ear, tinnitus or whatever it's called. Tetanus, whatever it's called. He's got it. And my dad fully can't hear out of one ear. So I think she was on the right ear. She was on the right side of his inability to hear. Because he would have gotten pissed, for sure. I told him about it and he laughed. But, yeah. Anyway. They're gone, bro. I was the flower boy. Which at first I was skeptical of. I was like, what is this shit, dude? What are you doing, bro? You trying to make me look dumb? What is this? Normally I wouldn't care, but since it's my brother, I was like, there's something weird and nefarious going on. You're gonna fucking do something to make us look stupid, dude. But it wasn't. He just was like, I think him and my sister-in-law were just like, yo, it'd be funny. And it was. It was funny. It was a good time. But then, as soon as we finished, we walked over, and my uncle, my Angelooch uncle, grabs both of me by the shoulders, or grabs both of our shoulders, and goes, what do you guys think, you kids? Which, like, and then my mom was like, oh, well, he didn't mean it, like, in a bad way. I was like, no, there's no, like, I get what he was saying, but it isn't, it's like, it's just somebody saying something where everyone's like, is that guy okay? What do you think you are, kids? Because saying that gives the implication that we, like, asked to do it. But also, that's not what he means. He's just, like, making a joke that doesn't make any sense. But also, he's yelling it, so everyone's hearing it. Like, everyone is sharing a collective confusion and understanding of, like, this guy's gone. What the fuck is going on, dude? What is happening with these Italian people at this wedding? Like, my sister-in-law's entire family was like, what the fuck is going on with these Italian people? Their brains are melted, dude. But, I mean, that's about it. Yeah, I mean, I heard some cool stuff. I met my cousins for the first time in Arizona. That was very cool. That was very interesting to have happen. These kids are 20 years old now. Never met them in my life. I met my uncle. I see my uncle every 10 years because it's my grandma's, you know, it's every decade that my grandma gets older. He will come to New York and see her for the big party. And so I saw him recently because my grandma recently turned 90, or like within the last year she turned 90. And so then I got to see him again for this wedding because it happened to be in Arizona where they live. And yeah, I got to meet his kids for the first time, and it was fucking wild. One of them was exactly like him. Mannerisms exactly the same. Face moved the exact same way. Or manners. What a redundant cunt I am. Mannerisms exactly the same. Face moved exactly the same. Yeah, dude. That's the same thing, bro. What the fuck is wrong with me, dude? What a dumb fuck I am. Moved the same way. Mannerisms the same way. Like his mouth, like, you know, twitched the same way. His eyes, like, twinkled the same way. Like, how many more ways can I say the same fucking thing this over and over again? Honestly, that's this podcast. How can I take 5 subjects and say the same fucking thing 90 times for all of them? Trying to get better. Hope it's not too bad. But or maybe that's just in my head. Who knows? Anyway, what the fuck am I talking about? Yes, I met them. It was nice. It made me think, like, is that what people see when they see my dad and me? Because we definitely have similar mannerisms, but we don't have the same voice. I mean, he's got an Italian voice. I don't have an Italian voice. You know, I'll say Talkin, but my dad, you know, I'll drop some G's, but my dad sounds like he's a Guinea, you know? He sounds like, when I tell people he's from Italy, they're not like, is he really? They're like, oh, okay. It's either that or from Yonkers. And I was like, well, both. Came from Italy, then he landed in Yonkers, and you know, his Italian accent became an Italian American accent. Or what most people think is a New York accent. I was doing my accent one time for somebody, and they're like, "What's that? Is your dad from New York?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, he's from Italy. I'm doing an Italian accent." And she's like, "That's not an Italian accent. That's a New York accent." I was like, "What do you think an Italian accent is?" And she goes, "Like Mario." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Have you never been around an Italian person in your life?" And then I was telling her, I was like, the New York accent is just an Italian American accent. And she goes, "I don't think that's true." And I was like, "Who the fuck are you talking to, bro?" What are you talking about, dude? I grew up in New York State. My dad is Italian. I know what I'm talking about. What the fuck are you saying? Why are you coming at me, dude? You're from fucking Minnesota. No, I have no idea where she's from. But not here, dude. Maine, maybe? I feel like she was from Vermont. I don't know why. It's based on nothing. She's kind of tall. She's tall and beautiful. She's from Vermont. That's how my brain works, bro. Tall, thin, white, beautiful. You're from Vermont. You ski. Even if you don't, you do. Some of your family is racist. You're not. It bothers you. You're from Vermont, dude. That's you. Okay? Or Connecticut, which is the same place in my brain. They're not at all. They're different. They're not even the same state, I don't think. Or if we're not, but is Vermont and Connecticut, is Vermont a state? I don't even know, dude. You're from Vermont. That's my brain. Anyway, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. Oh, yeah, I wonder if people, I definitely have certain mannerisms like my dad. But it was nice to see my uncle because he told me about my grandpa, and I wish my grandpa did not fucking die when he did, man. Every time I hear a story about him, I'm like, we would have gotten along so much. They were telling me how my grandpa used to, when my grandma would fall asleep, my grandpa used to write in permanent marker on her. He would draw a mustache and a beard on her face, and then she would have to go to work for like 5 days with a drawn-on mustache and beard in her taxi cab because she was a taxi driver. So she would just have a week of people in the back seat going, "What the fuck is going on with this lady?" What the hell is going on with this fucking lady? And that could have been dicey back in the day. When my grandma was driving a taxi, I don't think, people, I don't think were appreciative of you gender bending, dude. So if they saw her drawing a mustache on her face, I guess that's just weird, right? That's silly and strange enough where people are probably just going to laugh instead of be like, "You think you're a fucking guy, bro?" Or maybe they thought she was, dude. Maybe she was pulling it off, dude. Maybe they were just like, "Excuse me, sir. Can you take me to Fifth Avenue?" Damn, dude. My fucking dude, my grandpa knew. My grandpa knew at an early age. In an earlier time period. He's like, "Bro, gender doesn't matter, dude. I'm drawing a mustache on you right now. People will think you're a man tomorrow, and I like that, dude. I don't give a fuck. I married a woman, but I don't give a fuck, dude. You can be whatever you want. I'm drawing this permanently on your face." Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being married to somebody and having to go to work the next day? Can you imagine that? If you're in a relationship right now, I can't imagine that. I'm imagining my brother. If my brother drew on my sister-in-law's face a mustache and beard, and then she would think it's funny 2 years later. And maybe that's what it was with my grandma, too. And maybe that's my grandpa just had the fucking forethought. He just knew, he's like, this is a long-term bit. This will be funny years from now, long after I'm dead. Somebody will hear this and think it's hilarious. And he's right, dude. I thought it was so fucking funny. That's what's awesome about my goddamn grandpa, is that he did that bit just knowing it was funny. And that's why he did it. And now, literally, he's dead. For years and years, he's been dead. And it's my brother's wedding, and my uncle's telling me a story and making me laugh at something he did. Like, he never knew that I would be laughing at 28 years old right before my brother's wedding at a thing he did. And that's why you do it, dude. That's why you do the fucking bit. That's why you do that. And a lot of people hear that story and think, oh, that's fucked up. That's stupid. Fuck him. He used to write she would wear shorts and he would write things on her leg. He'd write her name or he'd write fuck you, Betty on her leg. And then she'd have to go to work with fucking fuck you, Betty on her leg. That's so funny. That's so fucking funny. Damn, dude. I wish I had a relationship that good, bro. People fucking talk about relationship goals, and I hate it. I hate when they say that, but if I had a goal, it'd be that. I want to be with somebody who is cool enough to think that's hilarious, whether it be in the moment or years after. I would love to be with somebody who would get mad in the moment, but love me enough to understand that a week later, it was a funny move. That's the thing too, though, is you knew my grandma thought it was funny because she had to have laughed for him to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? She had to have admitted, or he had to have seen something in her for him to understand, like, know that she thought it was funny, where he's like, I'm going to keep doing this. Because even though this seems bad, she likes it. Or maybe my grandpa was just a fucking dickhead, and he was like, I don't care if she thinks it's funny or not, I'm going to do it. Although, today, she was listening to the story, and she was laughing. And she thinks very fondly of my grandpa, dude. She thought he was a very funny guy. He was. Had his fucking problems. For sure had his problems, but was a very funny dude. Yeah. I guess the last thing I'll talk about, I got about 3 minutes till this timer goes off, until this camera fucking shuts down. But it's funny, so much like happened for the wedding, but also you're like, well, how much is there to talk about? You know? I didn't live that much life. I had like 5 days in the same fucking place doing the same goddamn thing. There's other things I could talk about, but it's kind of the same shit of just like, all right. This was a pretty good time. The wedding was good. The ceremony was, I loved it. Truly, the ceremony couldn't have made me happier. But I don't gamble. So what are you going to do? I swam at my sister-in-law's parents' house. That was nice. It was cold. I was the only one who swam, but fuck it, dude. They got a pool. I'm going in it. I don't give a shit, dude. If you have a pool and it's open, I'm going in. It was like 72 degrees and it was like 90 degrees out. It was freezing when I first went in, but you wait a couple minutes, you're fucking toasted, bro. You're feeling saucy and good. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about for this last fucking minute is, bro. Okay, so there was this dude on the plane, and me and my brother didn't know what to do. There was this guy on the plane, and he was this weird fucking bald dude, and throughout the whole, I didn't see this, but my brother saw this, and throughout the whole plane ride, he kept pulling down his mask to sneeze and cough. Already bad, dude. Bad. That's the whole point you're wearing the fucking mask. I don't need to tell you that. You know that. If you're a sane person and you're listening to this, that might be an oxymoron. You might have to be insane to listen to me talk for an hour. But if you happen to be sane and you're listening to this, you understand what a mask does. You understand that the whole point is to cough and sneeze inside of it. You understand that if a person pulls down their mask to cough or sneeze, they are a psychopath. So my brother's watching this happen, and then amongst that happening, a woman keeps getting up to, like, you know, get the blood flow in her legs. And every time he does it, the guy takes his phone out and starts videoing her. And at first my brother's like, did he just video her? That can't be what's happening. And then so she sits down, and then she gets back up, and he starts snapping photos of her. And me and my brother are like, I don't know why he's doing that, but it can't be for a good reason. I don't think this bald man who is a psychopath because he's sneezing into the air instead of into his mask, I don't think that man is getting permanent images of this woman for, any good reason. It's gotta be terrible. But at the same time, what are we supposed to do? Like, what is the move in that scenario? Should we have said, hey, man, what are you doing? Because that was my first instinct, was to just, as he's doing it, be like... But I could never see when he was actually doing it because my brother could see from his angle when he was doing it. And every time he was doing it, my brother would just stare, kind of hoping that he would notice, but I don't think he fucking did. And then I wanted so bad the whole flight to just be like, hey, man, what are you doing? Hey, man, do you know her? Should I have done that? I don't know. I feel bad that I didn't. Should I have just screamed like, hey, delete those, man? Because also I don't want to get her into a thing. That's always the thing. You don't want to get some stranger. You don't want to defend a stranger and then get them into a thing that they don't even know that they're fucking in. Do you know what I'm saying? Imagine if I said something. Imagine if I was like, hey, man, what are you doing? And then she's like, no, I wanted him to take pictures of me because I wanted to see how I looked flexing in the aisle. No, actually, that's my husband. Yeah. No, this guy sitting next to me, I don't know him at all. But that old bald man sneezing and coughing in front of him instead of in his mask, that's the love of my life. Yeah, and I told him to take those photos. It's not a creepy thing at all. And then I'd have to go, all right, very weird, but okay. No. That guy was a piece of shit, and I don't know what I should have done. I guess let me know if you listened all the way through. Let me know what I should have done. Next time, I hope I have the courage to just go, hey, man, what the fuck are you doing? I guess if you see the same thing on a plane, please say something, because I feel bad for not. Anyway, that's it for the podcast this week. Congrats to my brother. I love him very dearly. I love my sister-in-law very much. I don't know if the camera's still going, but if you listen this long, if you listen at all, thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. Oh, I have a show Friday. There's a show. Not today, the next Friday, there's a show, April 15th. Go to it. April 15th, BCC, Brooklyn Comedy Collective, 7 o'clock. I'm hosting. Very funny comedians on it. Get your tickets at the link in my Instagram. Yeah. Go. I will see you there. If you're there, I will fucking kiss you on the mouth. If that's what you want. If that's not what you want, I'll high five you. I'll buy you a drink, whatever. It'll be a lot of laughs. We'll hang out. It'll be a good time. The 20 people who are listening, please come out. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.
Jake, you're an idiot. Jake, you don't make any sense. Jake, you're a piece of shit. A piece of shit.